Police arrest a man after they say he broke into his neighbor's home and destroyed all their stuff.
A Lexington family thinks their lives are in danger after their home burned in a fire.
A group of University of Kentucky students who call Nepal home are organizing relief efforts following that devastating earthquake. We'll have more on how you can help coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. On this Monday, Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. A man was taken to jail after police say he destroyed the inside of his neighbor's home.
It happened early Sunday morning at a home in Curry Lane in Laurel County. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more on the damage inside the home and the man police say caused it. It's our top story at 4:30.
Police say they were called to a home about 3 o'clock in the morning, and they say when they got there, they found a man destroying stuff on the inside. Police say when they arrived, 43-year-old David Harshberger came to the door, but then immediately went back inside. Police say they could hear someone throwing things down, glass breaking, and a woman screaming. They made entry, and the man charged them and fought with them for a while. Once they eventually had him under control, they say they had to carry him to the police car.
When our deputies arrived at the scene, they in fact could hear him inside actually destroying the residence, and they could hear an elderly female subject screaming. The man came out on the front porch, and when he saw deputies, he slammed the door in their face, and of course they made entry and encountered a wild, intoxicated individual.
Police say they're really not sure why he was in the home or what was the reason behind his tirade. They say that alcohol was a likely factor. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
But police say the man told them he had consumed a fifth of Southern Comfort before going to that house. Well, it is a summer-like day here in the Bluegrass with plenty of sunshine and temperatures getting up in the 80s.
It's almost like we bypassed spring all of a sudden. Summer is here. Let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey, about this warming trend. Hey, Chris.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Amber. Yeah, right on cue this week. Summertime coming way, way earlier than we normally see it across central and eastern Kentucky. Those temperatures taking off this afternoon, hitting the low 80s in some areas. 80 right now in Lexington. How about Danville at 81? 82 into London. I've got live First Alert Defender showing you three things. The temperatures, a little bit of cloud cover across northern Kentucky, and an isolated shower or thunderstorm into the far northern parts of the area. Now we take two of the three off, and we just leave the precipitation on there. And Defender is tracking one lone little shower into far northern parts of the Bluegrass State, right along the Ohio River between Covington and Cincinnati. And as you know, there's not a whole lot of real estate there. It's basically the river. That's what we're seeing with that little isolated shower and storm. Focus of the forecast, though, on summertime temperatures that are taking over. And those temperatures, guys, believe it or not, over the next few days will continue to go up. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll track an increase in humidity as we talk some muggy air for the first week of May. That's with the 7-day forecast just a few minutes from now.
Thank you, Chris. Firefighters keeping watch for hours overnight after a fire badly damaged a home near downtown Lexington.
That fire broke out just after midnight on East 2nd Street. This afternoon, firefighters tell us the cause of the fire is under investigation. WKYT's Mark Barber has more.
Arson investigators say they are still trying to figure out if this fire was accidental or intentional. The woman who lived here says she also has her own questions about how the fire started. The homeowner tells us that she won't say anything more because she thinks her life is in danger. According to police, the last time that officers were at the home on East 2nd Street was on March 17th. They tell us they were called to the house after they received a report of domestic violence. The homeowner tells us that 4 adults and 3 kids from 2 to 9 live in the home. No one was inside. Instead, they were all staying with family when firefighters say the fire started in a back bedroom of the house around midnight. According to the homeowner, their Jack Russell Terrier that was missing after the fire was later found a couple blocks away. We're told the homeowners worked with Habitat for Humanity to build the home and then buy it back in 1999. The homeowner tells us that she was taken to the hospital after she learned the home was on fire because she said she had a panic attack. The family tells us they think it's fortunate that no one was hurt, but neighbors are still concerned.
My heart is almost sick because I've not seen anything out of them to know they're okay.
Firefighters say there's extensive smoke damage throughout the home. They say the damage is in the tens of thousands of dollars. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Habitat for Humanity tells us they believe the home was insured. The displaced family says they are still looking for a place to stay. An inmate who escaped from a Lexington prison is back behind bars. Timothy Day was arrested yesterday in Louisville. He walked away from Blackburn Correctional Complex last month. Day was serving a 15-year sentence for 2 burglaries out of Meade County. He is one of 4 inmates to escape the Lexington prison in just a few short weeks. When a criminal goes to prison, we don't often think about the fact that many will die behind bars. There is one state prison in Kentucky that has a hospice unit. WKYT was granted an exclusive tour of the unit at the Kentucky State Reformatory. Hospice care for dying inmates is no cost to taxpayers. The inmates take care of their own until the very end.
I did some really bad things to get here. I may not have been a good guy in my earlier part. But this is something that is selfless.
Sam is at the live desk now with our investigative reporter Miranda Combs with more on this story that she's working on for tonight at 6. Sam?
Very interesting, Miranda. This is where death row inmate Thomas Clyde Bowling recently died?
Yes, apparently he was transferred there right before he died. Now, he did not have the volunteers with him. He had armed guards because of his status, but he is the exception.
I had no idea that fellow inmates, in many cases, are taking care of other inmates who are dying.
Right, Sam, and it's really neat. You know, this is a very exclusive group. They're trained. They go to classes on this. They're interviewed. They can't have any charges. No matter how long they've been in the institution, they cannot have any charges while they're in the institution, or they're kicked out or can't even get in. So it's a very exclusive group. There's only about 12 of them typically to help take care of these patients.
So it sounds like it goes pretty deep for a lot of these inmates.
I thought something that was interesting along those lines is the fact that, you know, all of these inmates, apparently pretty much all of them have full-time jobs within the institution. Well, these inmates do too. So they're doing this hospice care on top of that. So that shows their commitment. And, you know, they can be with people from anywhere, you know, from a day to a year.
Sure.
So a lot of them they get really close with. And one of the guys told us, you know, that it's like his brother visiting, you know, and it never gets easier when one of them dies.
Well, you're going to give us a very intimate look inside prison that most of us never get to see. So
never seen before.
All right, much more tonight with Miranda at 6 o'clock. Amber?
All right, guys, thank you. As the death toll continues to rise in Nepal, many around the world are working to provide aid. WKYT's Hillary Thornton talked with a group of students who have set up a relief effort.
That group of more than a dozen students here at the University of Kentucky who call Nepal home say while they cannot be with their friends and family physically, what they can do is send emotional support and relief from back here in Kentucky. The students now watching and monitoring the horrific scenes play out from miles away, something they say is just as heartbreaking as being there firsthand.
They are staying outside. That's panic for us. They are not having food. That situation give a pain for us.
Filled with panic and sadness, they came together and decided to take action.
Just crying here and thinking about them is not may not be a right way to land all our emotions.
Setting up a relief fund called Nepal, I Am With You.
People in rural area, they are just waiting for 2 packets of noodles, or a rescue team, or tarpaulin or tent.
And they say the American dollar makes a big impact providing these basic needs, with $1 able to provide meals for 3 people in Nepal.
It's not necessary that you have to give $100 or $50 or whatever. Just a $5 is enough.
The mostly graduate students say their effort does not stop at collecting money. They are also using their education in studies ranging from public health to forestry to provide tips for the rebuilding process and asking the community who has any advice to contribute in that way.
Ideas are equally valuable as the fund.
For a link to that GoFundMe page, as well as information on other ways you can help, visit our website, WKYT.com. In Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Well, their goal is $10,000. So far, the students have raised more than $3,000.
Prince William and Kate have finally named their new princess.
CBS's Susan McGinnis has the big reveal from London.
The Queen's soldiers fired royal gun salutes across London to honor Britain's new princess, Charlotte Elizabeth Diana. Prince William and Kate announced their daughter's name after days of speculation.
It's a nice, very nice choice.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I think that carries on the line nicely.
It means that Prince George has a sister.
Royal fans are happy the couple chose to include Diana to honor Prince William's mother.
Lots of memories around about Diana. We all loved Diana. And I guess it brings a lot of that back.
The celebrations are expected to continue all week here in London, even after the new royal family of 4 heads north to their country estate.
The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will live in a secluded 10-bedroom mansion on Queen Elizabeth's Sandringham estate in eastern England. People in the area say they're looking forward to it.
For the children as well, to know that we're going to have royal babies just up the road, I think that'd be fantastic.
Her Royal Highness Princess Charlotte of Cambridge is 4th in line to the British throne, so is unlikely to ever become queen. But the young royal is already winning hearts. Susan McGuinness, CBS News, London.
Well, Uncle Harry will have to wait a while longer to meet his niece, Princess Charlotte, who has, by the way, bumped him down to 5th in line to the throne. The prince is away in Australia for Army training.
It is the best food and drinks in all of Central Kentucky. It's the 2015 Taste of the Bluegrass.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about with a little taste of what it's all about at God's Pantry. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. We are cooking you up a little taste of the bluegrass for this year's 2015 Taste of the Bluegrass happening May 15th. Tickets are still available. It's a little sneak peek. Les May is with Lexington Pasta. All right, what are you serving up?
Well, this year we're going to have a tricolor fettuccine, spinach, tomato, and garlic and herb fettuccine in a Tuscan herb olive oil, and we'll finish it in a Parmesan cheese.
Sounds amazing, and it smells amazing, too. Okay, and who's this?
This is Brasavana restaurant. This is the second year that we've been doing the Taste of the Bluegrass, and we're very excited about it. This year we're going to bring a chicken and ham croquette with a habanero crema that is just a perfect appetizer for a nice afternoon. So,
love the presentation there. Okay, Miss Mary and Gwen, Taste of the Bluegrass has been a huge success for you guys, and while it's fun, it is all for a fabulous cause.
This is our 35th year, so we are so thrilled to be associated with this fabulous event that Lexington loves. Friday, May 15th. Tickets are still available, although limited in quantity. So I would go online right now, godspantryfoodbank.org, or stop by a Central Bank location and purchase your ticket.
Yeah, go ahead and get that ticket now. And don't forget, $50 of the $85, you can write that off. That's always nice to hear. Absolutely. And the most importantly goes to God's Pantry. Okay, who do we have here and what are we serving up?
We are the Cheesy Mac, and we have gourmet macaroni and cheese with a twist. And today, what we have is we have the chicken pesto mac, and we've got a southwestern mac with a little bit of drizzle of cilantro slime at the end.
Looks absolutely amazing. And then let's wrap things up over here. We've got a little bit of cheese. And you know what I love is because I don't ever take the opportunity to try something. I always get the same old thing. But at Taste of Bluegrass, you get to try a little bit of everything.
Right. This is Murray's cheese. We brought 5 different cheeses again this year. We started off with our fromage d'Affois. It's a nice double cream brie from France with a little strawberry basil preserve. We have our aged English cheddar with a Dalmatia fig spread and a Marcona almond. The wonderful Kentucky bourbon Bellavitano that is actually soaked in real Kentucky bourbon, aged for 5 months with a little speck Americano. We have our 1000-day Gouda with a blueberry lavender preserve. And then at the end is our Camanzola Black Label. It's a nice blue cheese paired with a dark chocolate and a nice honey.
Well, it looks great. You too can get your own taste of the bluegrass. Get your tickets now, godspantry.org. They are $85, or go to any Central Bank location. May 15th is the date. Be there. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at God's Pantry. Back to you guys.
Well, at my house, the AC is cranking a lot because suddenly it's almost like summer, Amber.
I think a lot of people are turning that AC up. Chris Bailey, this is a really welcome taste of summer early.
Yeah, it really is. But, you know, back here we're taking odds. The over-under on the first complaint about it being too hot out there. I took the under. I took the under coming from tomorrow. Not from you, from the general public out there. I know Amber likes her summer. She's ready for lake season. Here we go with temperatures out there. Not quite to lake levels just yet. It's going to take a while to warm that water up. Upper 70s and low 80s across the entire region on our live sky cams. Beautiful conditions. 80 right now into Lexington, 80 into Frankfort. Farther north that we go, you see the numbers changing. Up to 81 now Lexington. A little more in the way of some clouds here in the northern Kentucky. That's why our Covington temperature is down to 76 degrees. That's the only area that we're going to keep an eye on for a little stray shower, thunderstorm. Most of the region, though, stays dry. Guys, this is a sign of things to come as we go through the next several days. It's summertime here in early May.
All right, thank you so much. An officer saves a flock of goslings, a race with some cute competitors, and a dunk gone wrong. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
A family of geese are safe now thanks to an Oklahoma City police officer. Police Officer Master Sergeant Jeff Tanksley noticed 5 goslings huddled in the middle of the road. Cars were swerving to miss them. Tanksley says he rushed to grab most of them, but one took off running. He chased after the gosling for more than 6 blocks with the others in his arms. Tanksley got a cardboard box. After searching for the mother goose, he brought them to a wild care facility. He should get some kind of an award for that. He went the extra 6 blocks.
That's above the Call of Duty right there. Well, while we were here in the Commonwealth cheering on horses for the Kentucky Derby this weekend, an entirely different race was entertaining folks in Iowa. The first of what may become an annual corgi race happened in Des Moines. Corgis might not be as fast as racehorses with their little stubby legs, but they sure are adorable to watch. All the money raised from the races will be donated to the Animal Rescue League.
We thought that corgis would be the best possible choice because we own corgis, and who doesn't want to see a short, stumpy, long, 4-legged dog run?
Well, organizers say they only expected about 15 corgis and 50 fans to take part, so imagine their surprise when 130 cute corgis registered and about 1,500 people came to cheer them on. All the money, again, raised from the races will be donated to the Animal Rescue League.
And this may look like a dunk gone horribly wrong, but Seattle police say this guy stuck in a basketball hoop.
Oh my.
Climbed up the hoop and got stuck. You can see him thrashing around, hanging by his foot. Nearly a dozen police officers tried to free him, and when that didn't work, the firefighters showed up with a ladder and got him down. So, lesson to all you young people out there, don't get stuck up in a hoop. Just dunk the ball.
Yeah, you'll end up right here in this segment.
In the news.
Stick with us. We have some breaking news coming your way right now. Here's what we're working on for you right now at 5.